Hello, so this is the iRobot education website. It's a free to use platform, and this education section has been specifically targeted for schools. So there's lots of information here about what educators can do, research, and then down the bottom here we have how you can learn to code with iRobot coding. And we have the learning library, which is full of resources. It's also broken down by subject area, so you can filter all of these different areas, so it can be used for lots of different things. And there's a specific section there for robotics, and then filter by the grade level. And if you do have an actual robot, there's a few different types that you can combine it with. Now there are upgrade options for the premium content, so you can always just go to classic if you don't have that as an option in your school. And so I am going to be showing you this one. Let's go on a bug hunt. So when you click into an activity, it tells you the different subject areas, roughly how long you would be spending on it. It tells you if you need a robot, so for this one you don't necessarily need a robot, the group size, the experience level, and anything that you'll need. And with the instructions here, there's two different levels, so level 1 or level 2. I am going to be doing level 2. And so students are going to be working on this bug hunt, so they've got to make the flower, and the code has been given here. So students will copy this code into the app, but there is some bugs in the code. So it's their job to go through and figure out and problem solve what is wrong with the code. So let's go into the app. And the app to download is called Root Coding. So this is the page here. And again, in Root Coding, there's even more tutorials that you can use. Some of them do require a robot, so you can look through and find out which ones do and which ones don't. And down the bottom half, this is where the premium content is as an optional. So first of all, I'm just going to show you the blank project section. So down the bottom here, there's 3 different levels for the coding, and all of them are block codes. Level 1 is really just using pictures, so for those younger years, and it's quite simple instructions, so not as many options, not as overwhelming there. Level 2 has some words introduced, but still with the pictures together, and they have a few more advanced options with the math and logic. And then level 3, even more advanced, it has more options and no pictures to go with it. Okay, and then to get your robot simulator up the top right here, we click that button, and that's going to show us our robot. So I'll just go in and do a simple one. So when we've already got it there, when we press play, these things are going to happen. So I can make some music, and I can choose which one, and I might do a few different notes. Change that to a white one. And let's see what happens so far. When I play, one more. So you could make an activity where students have to make a certain, like guess the song or something, and they have to figure out which notes go where. And I'm actually with the light, so you can get it to do different things, either just on or off, or you can get it to blink. Let's get it to blink, and we'll see what happens. And you can see the light is flashing on our Root robot. So lots of different things that you can do with the new project section. If you do have one of the root bots, you can press this icon next to the new project and it will actually work on your physical robot. So we'll go out of that and into my draw the flower. So this is the code that I've previously put in, and when you do it, when you click it, there's an option to change it. So even if down here it just says set marker down, you can actually click it when you put it in, and there are other options. So when I do right, I can actually change it to left. I can change the degrees. So yeah, now I'll get my robot simulator up. And if you look on the top left, there's these 3 different buttons. So the first one is play. That's going to take us through all of the code here. The middle is to stop. And then the bottom one goes line by line. So that's a great option to take it a lot slower. So let's just do it once, all in one. I'm going to press play. So the marker is down, so that's why he's drawing. And we follow along with the code. Okay, so if you remember what our flower looked like, so far it looks like we have had a wrong turn. So it's up to us to figure out which one that was. And we'll just let him finish. Okay, so it doesn't quite look like a flower. I know that it was about here. And I can reset it. And I'll go step by step just to be sure. So set marker down, turn right 90 degrees. Yep, it's looking good so far. Okay, and here he should be turning right, but he's actually turned left. So let's change that to right. And I'll go reset. So this step-by-step option is great, especially when they're beginning, just to figure out and debug the program to figure out those errors. So it's looking right so far. Yep, and that's going to be the same as the previous. Right. Okay, so he has gone too far down. And students can obviously look at, have the picture of the flower next to them so that they remember. So it's probably going to be about 16 centimeters, the same as the other turns, I would guess. Try again. And for more advanced options, you can even get students to make their own drawings and then have to debug their own to figure out what, as they go, what steps might need to be adjusted to make it exactly how they want. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, that looks like that turn was a bit too far, so let's remember where that was. It was 4th from the bottom, turn left 90 degrees. Probably needed to be a bit of a smaller turn, so I'm going to guess 45 degrees. So we'll change that, but let's see if we can keep going. Okay. Alright, okay, we'll play it from the start. And actually I should have made it go a bit faster, which I can do where the turtle and the rabbit is, maybe next time. There we go. So that's our flower there. You could even extend it and get them to do a stalk at the bottom, or another, maybe write their name or something as an extension option. But yeah, great tool to be using to get them started, especially if you don't have access to the actual robot.